Anytime you need a friend, we're here for you on the neutral ground. Keeping your head above water, making a way when you can. Temporary layoffs, good times. Easy credit ripoffs. Good times. We don't do that here on the neutral ground. Good times. I always thought they were saying hanging in a toilet there, but apparently that's not the line. Oh, we missed the end. The good time. We missed that. Yeah, you're right, but we got this. The neutral ground, Corey Johnson with you. I'm the conductor on the streetcar. We're maxing out at 28 miles an hour. We're chugging along. Yeah, sorry, we didn't stop. Yeah, I just missed that stop. Lots of people yelling. All right, we don't miss stops. We don't screen phone calls. We don't cut you off. Hey, Jason, a.k.a. the Ragin' Cajun, a.k.a. the Man in Black. Fielding your phone calls. He's running the controls, turning the knobs, doing all that kind of fun stuff. Rouse's Markets phone lines if you'd like to participate in the program. The area code's 504. The phone number's 766-9480. Remember that number, 766-9480. Pretty nice Monday afternoon. Pretty good weather weekend. That was the 5th straight weekend. And maybe, just maybe tonight, overnight, early morning tomorrow, we get some really desperately needed rain. We need more than a dusting. We could use the dusting. Get everything washed down the drain, but we could use some water for lawns and gardens. That's the luxury items. But farmers, Louisiana's a lot of farming. We could really use some water. Almost drought-like conditions here in South Louisiana, lots of parts of the country. So hopefully overnight we get a good deluge. We could use an inch over a few hours. No street flooding or any of that kind of stuff, but a soaking for the land. Hey, a Monday afternoon. Beautiful Monday. Got a lot to discuss today. A whole slew of topics. I thanked you for knowing that Rouse's Market phone number, 766-9480. Remember that number. I got a few more for you to remember. 93.9 FM. New Orleans' own 93.9 FM. Oh, so fine, 93.9 FM. Oh, so fine, 93.9 FM. New Orleans' own 107.9 FM, 107.9 FM. 600 AM, AM side of the dial. 600 AM will take you from Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida. Mississippi Gulf Coast, Alabama Gulf Coast, all over the North Shore. 600 AM. That's how you can check us out on the radio. Television all over South Louisiana. If you have Cox TV, we're on Cox Channel 4, Yorview, Louisiana, weekdays at 4. Spectrum Charter Communication subscribers. Spectrum Channel 333. Spectrum Channel 333, weekday afternoon starting at 4 p.m., 4 p.m., 4 p.m. If you need to know where to find us, how to find us on the radio, how to find us on TV, CoreyTalks.com is our website. It's got all the info there. CoreyTalks.com, live streaming there as well. And you can hook up to our YouTube, link to our YouTube channel. Corey Johnson, Neutral Ground on YouTube. Yeah, we started that a few months ago. Click to subscribe. Check us out live on YouTube every afternoon, 4 to 6 o'clock, or after the fact on YouTube. You can check out yesterday's program, last month's program on our YouTube channel, youtube.com. Corey Johnson, Neutral Ground. Check it out. Click to subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, I mentioned the Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Love to hear from you, 766-9480. The northbound Causeway closed this morning. Northbound, thank goodness, on a Monday. That's bad enough. You're going to the North Shore on a Monday to get work done, and, the thing shut down. And at mile 11, so way out on the bridge, I'm sure some folks hooked a U. Others got caught in it, and there's no going back. You're just stuck in it. Miserable. Northbound Causeway closed this morning for a little while. 2-vehicle crash around mile marker 11. Are you fine with the existing Causeway bridges? The original span from the North Shore to the South Shore. The ka-clunk, 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 or you SUV riders bouncing for 24 miles. I guess you're used to it. That bridge was built in 1956. So that bridge is almost 70 years old. Almost 70 years old. There's nothing new about it. Just real quick, the West Bank Expressway, the Earhart Expressway, they're 40 years old. They're 40 years old. They're back from pre-World's Fair in New Orleans, okay? The West Bank Expressway is not from 1998. The Earhart Expressway didn't open in 2008. They're World's Fair era. I'm 56. I was in high school when those opened. They're newer. So the Causeway built the original span in 56. The Metairie to Mandeville span built in 1969. So it's 53 years old. The new span, new is so funny, obviously, relatively speaking. Now, I tweeted something out this morning about the Causeway because of the accident. Just kind of thinking about the Causeway Bridge and people that get stuck in that stuff, and New Orleanians, and kind of how we accept stuff, and, just how it is. Causeway Bridge number 1, circa 1956. Causeway Bridge number 2, circa 1969. Causeway Bridge number 3, which replaced Causeway Bridge number 1, which is now a fishing pier and open during hurricane evacuation only. Causeway Bridge number 3 since 1988, circa 1988. And finally, Causeway Bridge number 4, circa 2007. And then I finished the tweet with, oh, wait, this is New Orleans. 3 and 4 never built. One bridge opened in 56. The other one opened in 69. The North Shore has had explosive growth since then. Like, the bridge worked. Build it and they will come. They've come. And no new bridge. Just deal with the ka-clunk, ka-clunk, ka-clunk. Get 2-car accident. Bridge is shut down. There's no shoulders. Bridge is shut down. You're stuck. Question for you, and not just for you North Shore folks. This is for everybody. I hit Trayen. I go to the North Shore. The North Shore is North Shore, New Orleans. It's the exurbs of New Orleans. It's part of New Orleans proper, basically. I shouldn't say proper, part of Metro New Orleans. What would you pay, or you're not interested, you're happy with how it is, or what would you pay to drive across a kind of 2-lane version of I-10 New Orleans east to Slidell, like the twin span? Maybe 2 lanes in each direction, large shoulders on each side, big, wide, tall, safe, updated. What would you pay? It's $5 toll right now. I guess it's $2.50 each way if you want to really look at it that way. You're only paying one way. That is insanely inexpensive and cheap. What would you pay to drive across a 2-lane version of I-10 New Orleans east to Slidell, like the twin span, a third causeway span that maybe, at 3 in the afternoon shifts direction. In the morning, it goes North Shore to South Shore. In the afternoon, it flips over at 2 o'clock from South Shore to North Shore. And the other bridge, the 1969 bridge flip-flops, and then the 1956 bridge is like a fishing pier. Or for vehicles carrying glass or motorcycles, 18-wheelers. Anyway, Corey Johnson with you. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Metro New Orleans 2022. You get a wreck 11 miles out on the Causeway, and it just shuts the bridge down, shuts one span of the bridge down basically till they clear it out. What would you pay toll-wise for a new bridge, a new span? Corey Johnson with you. Don't move.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com. Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City. Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, now with 4 area locations. Canal at Carrollton, on the North Shore and Slidell, in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, and now in Metairie, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. The Woodhouse Day Spa.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarms. With high-definition night vision surveillance systems, letting you see what's going on. Home surveillance that's smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about fresh local fish like flounder, snapper, and speckled trout, fried, broiled, or grilled. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spots. NolaAC.com, your cool spots.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Uh-oh. Jason and I chit-chatting in the green room, and then we look up and go, we're back on the air. It doesn't matter on radio. I could just keep it a secret on radio, wink, wink. Too late for that. But the empty chair on television and then entering the studio a little late. Oh, boy. Anyway, yeah, you right. Thanks for joining us again. Corey Johnson with you. It is a pretty nice Monday afternoon, I'll tell you what. Pretty nice outside. We might get some rain tonight, overnight, early tomorrow morning. We need it. I mean, no one likes rain. Oh, I wish it was raining every day, but we haven't had it in like 5 weeks, any kind of significant rain. We've had 5 weeks of the most unbelievable weather I've ever witnessed in New Orleans, on the Gulf Coast, in the metro area. Have you ever experienced this kind of stretch? Just every day, it's like San Diego or Hawaii, every single day. This rain might be for just a day, drop the temperatures a little bit, and then back to some pretty good weather, even a little cooler, a Coolio front rolling in. Hey, Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. I'm a regional guy, might be a New Orleanian, but I want Jefferson Parish, St. Bernard to do well. I want the West Bank to do well. I want the Mississippi Gulf Coast to do well. I want the North Shore, of course, to do well. So I'm a regional type of thinker, Metro, New Orleans, grow the area. Talk to Michael Ector all the time. I-12, I'd love to see New Orleans East and me shoot it be the electric car and battery, corridor in America. But it's hurricane problematic, and it's kind of below the I-10, you could say. The I-12 on the North Shore, high ground, lots of room to build. You could build multiple plants. It could really grow. Louisiana, battery, electric car, kind of like Alabama did 30, 40 years ago with just automotive industry in general. Zero jobs now. I think 15% of all automotive jobs in North America are in Alabama. The I-12 corridor, electric cars, electric batteries. That's a Greater New Orleans Inc. Michael Heck Friday topic. But I think regionally, metro area. So Causeway Bridge, a wreck on the northbound Causeway this morning, closed down the bridge, just shuts it down. Folks are just stuck. Others having to U-turn, go New Orleans East all the way around. What would you pay toll-wise? First off, let me ask it this way. Are you happy with how things are? Just the bridges are fine, don't need any upgrades, don't even need the railings or the, little shoulders that were added on. Don't need any of that. Or are you like, what would you pay to drive across a 2 or even 3-lane version of the Causeway that kind of mirrors the I-10 going New Orleans East to Slidell, the twin span, the naturally known as Frank Davis? So dumb. Every time I hear that, drive by that sign, it's so ridiculous. A.G. Crow in Slidell is just moronic. Besides being against an inspector general, an IG, for the North Shore, the parish with just unlimited growth and lots of money and taxpayer finance public projects. He comes up with the dopey, naturally Nolans Bridge. Just so dumb. Beyond stupid and not even really applicable. It just unreal. Anyway, that bridge is nice. That's $1 billion bridge. $1 billion basically. 3 lanes in each direction, a couple of shoulders on each side that are at least as wide as the lanes. You can put 5 lanes of traffic. You could have 10 lanes going out during a hurricane if you had to. The bridges are huge, first class, top notch, as good as it gets. We had Quinn Hillier on last week. He lives in Mobile, conservative leaning pundit. I started the show about the, potential bridge over the Mobile River, a new Jubilee Parkway. Says Mobile people are envious of New Orleans and all the bridges, especially coming in Slidell to the east. Pensacola has the same thing. Pensacola beat us to it. The I-10 over the Pensacola Bay got knocked out from a storm. It had those metal, little sections connecting the old bridge while they built a brand new one that you zigzag over to the side and then zigzag over back to the I-10. And then we copy that in Slidell. Anyway, how much would you pay toll-wise to cross a brand new span on the Causeway? You build one span. And maybe in the morning, it's from the North Shore to the South Shore. Maybe at 2 in the afternoon, it flips over the other way, South Shore to North Shore. What would you pay toll-wise to cross a new causeway? Or you're like, nothing, Corey. Happy paying the $2.50 each way, the $5 total right now. Now, I don't cross this bridge every day, the causeway, but I cross it a lot. I could probably get a toll tag. I cross it so much. A couple of times a week. 8-10 times a month, business, friends, whatever, dining, Trey Yen. I'm not kidding. I'm that probably 8 times a month. Probably should get a tag, but I don't. On a new bridge, I'd pay $10-12 to cross the bridge. Maybe I'd go 7 times a month instead of 8 or 10. I don't know if I'd limit my trips. I'm not going to go today. It's $12 to cross. I don't know. It's $2 to cross in gas, probably, huh? $1.50, $2 in gas alone. That's why, Corey, I don't want to pay any more than it is. $5 is insanely cheap. I think in any other city in America, on the existing bridges, the 1956 Circa Bridge and the 1969, what we got right now, it'd be $10-12 to cross that bridge. Any takers on a new span? Would you pay more to do it? Love to hear from some of you North Shore folks where it's really applicable. I mean, your answer could be, hell yeah, Corey. I bounce across that 1956 bridge in my SUV, ka-clunk, 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 for 24 miles. It's obnoxious. And then the other bridge, the, quote, newer bridge, can't pass anybody, belligerent drivers, stuck at 65 miles an hour. I mean, that twin span, I'm not saying it should be unlimited speed limit like you're in Montana. But New Orleans east to Slidell, you could do 80 on that thing all day in almost any kind of vehicle, including mom driving the minivan. It's totally safe. It's so big. It's so wide open. Not with a lot of traffic, it wouldn't be, but when there's not a lot of traffic. So anyway, you could maybe increase the speed limit, lanes to pass, that type of thing. What would you pay to drive across a new causeway? The northbound causeway closed this morning because of a wreck. Just shut down. No way to pass. No shoulders. Can't get it off the road quickly. It's gonna be a while. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. GQ in Covington emailing us, Corey@CoreyTalks.com, Kaare, Corey@CoreyTalks.com. He'd double up the toll. He says $10 right away to drive on a new span. GQ of Covington says $10. I'm with you, GQ. I'd do $10, $12. You North Shore folks would probably get a break. It might be $8 with your pass. I might have to pay $13 or $14. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. Speaking of bridges like the Causeway, in the 50s, I'm going to call him Bridging the Gap, Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Park, major infrastructure projects in the 50s, 1950s. Name 3 of 4. 2 of them are big. 2 of them are major. And the other 2 are just not as big, but they're significant. Bridging the Gap in the 50s. Name 3 of 4 Metro New Orleans infrastructure projects that really connected things. Name 3 of the 4 in the mid-50s to late 50s. Infrastructure projects, 3 of 4. 2 are big, 2 are not so big, but still significant. And I'll give you a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. Rouse's Markets phone line 766-9480. 766-9480. Speaking of bridges, Who was Lucille Bridges? Who was Lucille Bridges? Give me the answer to that. I got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. Hey, name the 4 pro hoops teams, the nicknames, 4 different nicknames of pro basketball teams in New Orleans. Professional basketball in New Orleans, 4 different nicknames. Name the 4. I got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. A lot going on. Car stolen with a baby inside. Dopey criminals. This was in Lakeview. Fleur-de-lis around 20th Street. Takes off, and then I guess the baby starts crying. Whoops. Abandons the vehicle and takes off. Just impulsive idiots. No thinking about consequences, repercussions. Age-old story in New Orleans, huh? Yeah, you right. 766-9480. 50 big bucks. Woodhouse Day Spa can be yours. 4 area locations. A 5th, Mandeville, coming online soon. Yeah, you right. You can find out more about the Woodhouse Day Spa, including printing your own gift certificates, any denomination. NOLA.woodhousespas.com. NOLA.woodhousespas.com. Guys, an unexpected gift. Unexpected gift for her. Great idea.
Wear the same
Woodhouse.
old glasses that everyone else is wearing. Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
Kanye West was seen shopping at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
Okay, I think Kanye was talking about something else entirely. Super Discount Store on Paris Road in Chalmette.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Enjoy outdoor dining on the streetcar line, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe. Yeah, you right, Crescent City. Corey Johnson with you on a glorious Monday afternoon. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480, 504-766-9480. Let's hit the phone lines. To Metairie, Louisiana, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic. Lots and lots of traffic. What's up, Lisa?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well. Yourself?
Okay.
What's on your mind?
Nice weather.
It's ridiculously nice, huh? Get outside already.
Yes, it's beautiful. Been to the gym, Planet Fitness.
Nice. Good for you. Damn, Lisa. Good for you. That's awesome. Pat yourself on the back for that. Good job.
Yes, yes.
Seriously.
Good towards the health, yes, to help the health and just to feel good mentally.
No, I mean, you know, it stinks. I mean, like I'm lazy. I beat myself up for not doing it, and when I do go, I just feel like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do, and I don't celebrate it or pat or congratulate myself. I've got to figure out a way to be a little more balanced, not beat myself up so much for being lazy, and actually give myself credit when I go. So I'm giving you credit. Good job, Lisa.
Yeah, thank you. I can easily put it off though sometimes, easily. But I like walking outside. You know, it's beautiful. I get amazed at everything. Just it's nice to just look at, you know, nature and how it's pretty by the levee and things like that.
Yeah, a couple of buddies of mine and their, I guess, girlfriend, wives, whatever. They're up in like Highlands, North Carolina, and going over to like Asheville, and going over to the North Carolina coast, I guess by like Wilmington, and there's not a green tree. Everything's yellow, orange, brown. It just said it's amazing colors right now. We don't get too much of that, but up there they get it. They get 4 seasons, like 90 days of every season. We get summer and the non-summer.
Yes, beautiful. My friend in Colorado sent a picture of the leaves changing. She put a plant out there. They just moved there about a year and a half, and it's beautiful. Beautiful.
What's on your mind today, Lisa?
Oh, I called about the basketball teams, the 4 basketball teams.
Yeah, there's actually 5. I got reminded. 5.
Oh, really?
5 nicknames, yeah, but I only need 4.
Yeah, Mom. Well, you can take this. You know, the certificate you didn't really want, so you kind of helped me there a lot. But I got the Buccaneers.
Who helped you on that?
My husband.
Nice, good job. What's his name?
Ed.
Yeah, Ed's right on the money. The ABA Buccaneers, playing in the late 60s. First year, actually, they played the Pittsburgh Pipers for the ABA championship and lost in a best-of-7 series. They had a pretty good Buccaneers team that played, I guess, at the Loyola Fieldhouse and maybe the Municipal Auditorium. So that's 1. You got 3 more?
Municipal Auditorium. Yes, I had a review there. Jazz.
Yep, Jazz from 74 to 79. 5 NBA seasons. Yep.
Oh, wow. Hornets.
Yep. Yep. The Charlotte Hornets moving to New Orleans in 2002. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And how about the Pelicans?
And then the Hornets becoming the Pelicans, and the North Carolina team picking back up the Hornets nickname. That is correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
And what was the? And there was a fifth one you said maybe, huh?
Yeah, I'll give you a hint. Ed's still sitting there?
Hold on 1 second. 1 second.
Oh, boy.
Wait.
No, take your time. Just do whatever you need to do. We're not doing anything important.
Okay, you can give me a hint right here. You can give me the fifth one. All right.
Female team.
Female team. Oh, you never knew. Oh, he said he never knew we had any.
Yep. The old Jazz coach used to coach him.
Female. Let's see.
The old Jazz coach, Butch Van Bredikoff, used to coach him.
Who's that?
The old Jazz coach, Butch Van Bredikoff, used to coach the women's team.
Who is? And what's the first one? No, I don't think I'm gonna know.
You're good enough. It was the Pride, Lisa. Tell Ed the Pride. Yeah, I think the Pride played at the UNO Health and PE building there on. I think the Pride played at the UNO. We called it the Hope Center because they used that A, sign. So it's Health and PE. It looked like Hope. The Health and PE Center, which is on Leon C. Simon and Elysian Fields. I think that's where the Pride played. Good job, Lisa and Ed with the assist.
Thank you.
Lisa scoring the bucket, Ed with the assist. Hang on, all right?
Okay, thanks, Gord.
Yeah, you're right. That's Lisa in Metairie. By the way, Lisa, there is a Woodhouse Day Spa in Metairie near North Kenner, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Maybe you're closer to like Fausto's or Fury's, and Mid-City New Orleans might be the better Woodhouse Day Spa for you. Yeah, they got you covered in Mid-City, Canal Street at Carrollton. There's a Woodhouse Day Spa in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. There's one Woodhouse on the North Shore, I-10 at Gauze and Slidell. A second Woodhouse coming to the North Shore, Mandeville, Cheyenne Country, real soon. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. Good job, Lisa and Metairie. The name 4 pro basketball teams in New Orleans, the nicknames. It's really 3 teams. Hornets and Pels, Jazz, Buccaneers from the ABA, and the Pride, the women's team. I think 2 or 3 seasons of Pride hoops. Monday afternoon, Corey Johnson with you. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Northbound Causeway closed this morning because of a wreck at mile marker 11. No way to pass it, push it over the shoulder, go around. What would you pay toll-wise to drive across a brand new causeway span? Bigger, taller, wider, better, at least 2 lanes wide with shoulders, maybe 3 lanes, maybe 2 lanes, and every few miles a third passing lane for a mile or so. What would you pay? It's $5 toll right now, $2.50 each way. That's the biggest bargain anywhere in America. 10 cents a mile. There's nowhere in America you can cross a bridge like that for $2.50 each way. Nowhere. It'd be $10, $12, $15 any other city in the United States. I'm not talking about the existing span. I'm talking about what would you pay for a new span. Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse Day Spa is yours. Oh, wait, that's not a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate question. That's just a question. What would you pay to cross a new span of the causeway? You're like, Corey, nothing. I like it how it is. I'll deal with the clunk, driving from the North Shore to the South Shore. I'll deal with no shoulder like this morning going South Shore to North Shore and a wreck shutting things down for a while. Or would you pay $10, $12, $15 to drive on something similar to New Orleans East to Slidell, the twin span? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480, 766-9480. Car stolen with a baby inside out in Lakeview. Unbelievable. Real or knockoffs? Talked to you about this before. Which do you buy or not buy? You get what you pay for. quality, reputation, or do you? Real or knockoffs? Corey, I just like how that Louis Vuitton purse looks. I don't care if it's the real one or the knockoff. Would I prefer the real one? Sure. But I'll take the knockoff. Can't tell the difference. A lot of folks seem to be able to tell the difference, but some can't. Real or knockoffs? Which do you buy or not buy? I hear a lot of commercials. It's funny about diamonds. Man-made, lab-produced diamonds. When they came out, I mean, they've been around for decades, but they've taken off the last few years exclusively. They were about 80% the cost of a regular diamond, a real diamond. Then it was about half. Now it's about a third. Diamonds, real diamonds, the natural ones go up in value. I'm calling them fake diamonds. They're not fake. They're man-made. They're lab-created. They're fake in the sense that they're lab-created or man-made in 3 weeks, not natural. Man-created. 3 weeks, not a billion years of nature doing it. So I don't know. There seems to be a difference in that. Hey, that's a diamond on my wife's arm, on her finger. It's a tennis bracelet on her arm, a necklace around her neck, earrings on her ear. Those diamonds are a billion years old, at least a billion years old. Hey, and they go up in value every year. Hey, these are diamonds on my wife's arms, ears, finger, whatever. And they're man-made. They go down in value every year. But like the Louis Vuitton purse, the real one's $3,000, the fake one's $300. The same clarity, same look of a man-made diamond might be 30 cents on the dollar to a natural diamond. The diamond that's real, that's a billion years old, compared to the one that just continuously decreases in value. Continuously decreases in value. There's a jeweler that's like, man-made diamond, $5,000. You know, lab-made, $5,000. And the lab-made one is much higher clarity because it's not apples to apples, same price. A natural diamond for the same clarity as a man-made diamond is much more expensive because it's a billion years old, not 3 weeks old. It's just a difference. Does any of that matter to you? Real or knockoffs? 766-9480. 504-766-9480. Don't move.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockанdalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
If you love Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City, you're going to love Bienvenue in Harahan. The same folks bringing a little of that New Orleans flavor to Hickory Avenue. If you love Katie's, come to Bienvenue on Hickory Avenue in Harahan.
Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30. And they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
You know what we have in New Orleans? We have a lot of good stuff in New Orleans. You know what we have that's just really world-class, first-class, and you may not realize it, but our parks, I mean, City Park is as good as it gets. Audubon Park, just top-notch, as good as it gets. And I'll tell you what, for a suburban park, Lafayette is pretty damn nice. It really is. Lafayette Park is absolutely plush and nice and lots of great amenities. Right smack dab in the middle of Metairie, right off of I-10 and Vets. Seriously, like right in the middle of it. It's amazing that didn't just get developed into more neighborhoods. There was actually some forethought. You know, they moved, I guess, the racetrack from there out to Kennebra, which is now neighborhoods. But instead of letting that become neighborhoods, because it's surrounded by neighborhoods and retail, boy, this would be a great spot for a massive park, and somehow they pulled it off. You know, I think about the North Shore, and I think of the old golf course up there past I-12 on Causeway on 190, Louis Prima's course. And that Home Depot and 20 other retail things that are now part of that old site. That would have been nice to have some retail fronting Causeway, and then instead of the big box and a bunch of other stuff behind it, a big park or a green space. And all that congestion on Causeway and I-12, maybe down an exit, and it wouldn't be that congestion. You'd just be spreading it out. You go one exit down, like the Abita Springs exit, Coop Road right there. There's nothing at that exit. Nothing. It's one exit down. It's 2 miles away. It's less than 5 minutes away. Less than 5 minutes. Just that foresight to, hey, let's put the Home Depot there. Let's do that. Let's not let the Pretty Acres Louis Prima site be developed into this massive thing. I mean, that was a lack of foresight. That was a mistake. I think North Shore folks would like to take that back if they could. Because Causeway and I-12 on the North Shore is like Veterans Boulevard. I mean, there's not a street in Orleans Parish. In Orleans, Carrollton Avenue, Claiborne don't get that congested as Causeway and I-12 on the North Shore. That is a quagmire. That is suburban, urban traffic snarl nightmare. That was just lack of foresight. Now, I'm not saying that there ain't a lot of traffic on Vets and I-10. It's a different deal. North Shore's exurbs. This is suburbs. Very, thoughtful and thinking ahead to put Lafayette Park there. But just those three parks, Audubon, City Park, Lafayette Park. No, we're blessed. Those are really world-class parks you can put up against city. You can put Lafayette in a suburban area just about anywhere. You can put Audubon Park, City Park in urban areas anywhere. Now, I've been to Piedmont Park in Atlanta or Central Park in New York or what's the one in Chicago with the big fountain. There are lots of great parks in America. City Park and Audubon Park and Lafayette are right up there. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. A lot coming your way in the 5 o'clock power hour, including Bret Martel, another Martel Monday. LSU now back in the top 25 with that upset blowout win against then number 7 Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin just shutting him up. That was nice to see. More than the Ole Miss win almost. LSU's now 18th ranked. They jumped 8 spots from 26 to 18 in the AP. LSU, Alabama, 6 p.m. Tiger Stadium a week from Saturday. Both schools have a bye week. A week from Saturday, LSU, Alabama, Tiger Stadium, 6 p.m. 18th ranked LSU. I think Alabama's around 6th or 7th. Alabama's 7-1. LSU's now 6-2. Hey, speaking of 7-1, Tulane moving up 2 spots. They're now number 23 in the AP. 7-1 Green Wave. Yeah, you right. The Pels, a little setback. Ingram, a concussion. He'll be out tomorrow night versus Dallas. Zion Williamson, he could have broke a bone in his back or hip. I think he's going to be all right, but he's going to be sore for a while. That was a major fall on a clean play. Zion Williamson hopefully will play tomorrow night versus Doncic and the Mavs. Saints, Raiders, Dome, Sunday, noon. Raiders have 1 or 2 wins. Saints have to win this. The next 3 games, Raiders, I think Ravens, Pittsburgh, those 3 AFC teams. You go 3-0 and you can beat any of those teams and they can beat the Saints. But the Saints take care of business and they go 3-0. They're 5-5 all of a sudden. And Tampa lost, Atlanta lost. The South leaders 3-4. It's not one game back. It's terrible as the Saints are, one back. And the whole NFC, it's not an impressive, group right now as a whole. Hey, Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Fausto's Italian Bistro opens their doors for dinner in 60 seconds. From 5 till 9 tonight, some of the best Sicilian and Italian will be served. That means some of the city's best Sicilian and Italian can be yours. Fausto's Italian Bistro. What are you waiting for? I was there today for lunch. I ate outside with this great weather. Why don't you go do the same, but for dinner tonight? Dinner tonight at Fausto's Outdoor Dining, or dine at the bar, check out some Major League Baseball playoffs, or dine inside. Some of the city's best Sicilian and Italian. Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday, 5 o'clock power hour coming your way. We'll talk about the Causeway Bridge. What would you pay to drive across a new Causeway span, a brand new Causeway span, similar to the twin span, New Orleans East to Slidell, that kind of quality? What would you pay toll-wise for that? It's $5 right now, $2.50 each way. That's a joke. That's free. Real or knockoffs, which do you buy or not buy? They say that you get what you pay for. Do you buy the expensive Louis Vuitton purse or you get the knockoff? Do you get the natural diamonds that are over 1 billion years old that appreciate in value? Or do you get the man-made diamonds that are 3 weeks old and go down in value? Real or knockoffs, which do you buy? 766-9480. That's Blue Boy. He's saying the 4 o'clock power hour, 4 o'clock hour in the books, 5 o'clock power hour coming your way next. 93.9 FM, 107.9 FM, New Orleans. Don't move, Blue Boy says. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
Where can you find shish kebab in New Orleans? Lamb, beef, chicken, shrimp, plus all your other Mediterranean favorites. Lebanon's Cafe on the streetcar line. Lunch, dinner, and shish kebab. Lebanon's Cafe.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarm. With smart home technology, control lights, locks, cameras, thermostat, and your alarm, all from your phone or laptop. Smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
When you think of Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, you think about their daily lunch specials like red beans and rice, black-eyed peas, white butter beans, liver and onions. Daily lunch specials. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your color so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us do you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home. Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood as Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Yeah.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Nice. What a great cartoon. Adults can enjoy Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Sky, a streak of gray
and about what? Almost a half dozen sub-cartoons within the cartoon. Go, Go, Gophers, and Boris and Natasha, I guess they're part of it.
Rocky and Bullwinkle and friends.
But lots of
Starring
stuff.
that supersonic speedster, Rocket J. Squirrel.
Yep.
With his pal Bullwinkle the Moose.
Yep.
And a host of others.
Right, there's a host of others.
Hurry, Bullwinkle! The show's about to start!
I'm coming as fast as I can.
I like that. I like having Rocky and Bullwinkle part of the program. They're pretty cool in my book. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday. SquarePants SpongeBob, he ain't welcome. What a great day, huh? Nice weather day. And guess what? We might get some rain tonight. Overnight, tomorrow morning. Yeah, I guess if you were going to go hunting or fishing, play golf, tennis, something like that, it might get ruined. Hey, we haven't had rain in like 35 days. Anything significant. We could use it. We desperately need it. We really do. First and foremost for just farmers and agriculture in South Louisiana. But we could all use it selfishly for our lawns and landscaping and all that. Anyway, maybe some rain tonight and tomorrow morning, a little coolio front coming in and slightly lower temperatures, lower humidity, and we're back to that great weather we've had for about 35 days straight. This last weekend was the 5th straight Honolulu, San Diego weather weekend, and the Monday through Fridays in between were all great too. Just outrageous. Never seen a stretch of weather like this. Don't know if we'll ever see it again. It's crazy. Crazy in a good way. Hey, the northbound Causeway was closed this morning. 2-vehicle crash around mile marker 11. I guess it's better the northbound than the southbound. A lot less vehicles in the morning going northbound than southbound. But still, you're going to the North Shore to work. It's no fun, stuck in that because there's no shoulder, no way to pass. You have to wait till they clear it. Could be 30 minutes, could be an hour, could be 3 hours. What would you pay toll-wise to drive across a new span of the Causeway? A modern new span of the Causeway. Earlier today, I was on Twitter, and I saw that wreck posted on the bridge, and I'm like, wow, people just stuck in traffic, nowhere to go. I replied, Causeway Bridge number 1, circa 1956. Causeway Bridge number 2, circa 1969. Causeway Bridge number 3, which replaced Causeway Bridge number 1, which is now a fishing pier and used during hurricane evacuation. Causeway Bridge 3, circa 1988. And finally, Causeway Bridge number 4, circa 2007. And then I finished the tweet with, oh, wait, this is New Orleans. 3 and 4 never built. Yeah, we're still stuck on the nearly 70-year-old bridge, the one finished in 1956, the North Shore to the South Shore. You know that one. Ka-clunk, 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 ka-clunk. That one. Ka-clunk, 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 ka-clunk. That's funny. I actually sent Carlton Dufreshow of the Causeway video. I sent him video a few years ago on the Claiborne's I-10, the elevated I-10 where they, I don't know what it is, experimental blacktop they put down, that thin little layer of blacktop, which is worse than the concrete underneath. So that doesn't work too well. And then I just sent him a video on ironically, the Causeway overpass at Airline with the traffic circle. They sprayed down some very thin asphalt top. And that's not really good either. It's not the smoothest surface. The concrete surface is smoother. It's your hands spraying it with a human being, just spraying it. So I don't know how you're going to get that. Hey, it's uniform 3 millimeter thickness. It's 3 millimeters there. It's 5 there. It's 7 there. It's 2 there. It's none here. It's too much there. I mean, it's not smooth as silk. Seems like a big waste of money to me. Both of them. I don't know if it's for traction or better, too many accidents. The tires stick to the road better on this thin asphalt. But to me, the little thin asphalt on top of the I-10 at Claiborne and that little thin spray-on stuff they're putting down on the Causeway overpass at Airline, I don't think is any kind of a solution and a waste of money. But boy, that ka-clunk, 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 the old bridge could use some kind of, smoothness thing. But I don't think that's really possible. It's not cost effective. It's not practical. How much would you pay toll-wise to drive across a new span? First off, the $5 toll is a joke. It's free. It's like when mortgages were 2.7%. Free money. They're giving you the money. 2% mortgage. $5 toll. That's $2.50 each way. That's 10 cents a mile. That's a joke. There's no bridge like that big, that massive, that long in the United States of America. And I know there's nothing like it literally, but I mean, even in that category, that's 10 cents a mile. That's got a toll on it, and it's $5, $2.50 each way. The existing bridges that we go on every day, if you North Shore folks, and a lot of us ride on in the metro area every few days, once a week, whenever. The toll would be $10, $12, $15 on those bridges in any city in America today. I'm asking, what would you pay to drive across a new span? I'd pay $10, $12 all day long every day. I'd pay double, almost triple the $5. I'd pay triple the $5. 70 miles an hour, maybe 75. Who knows? Wide open. Just like the New Orleans east to Slidell. 3 big lanes, not small lanes, 3 big lanes, 2 huge shoulders. That bridge is massive. It's massive. What would you pay to drive across a new Causeway span? Rouse's Markets phone lines. I'm talking about toll-wise. 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines. 504-766-9480. Hey, real or knockoffs? Which do you buy or not buy? Do you get the wife the Louis Vuitton purse, or do you get the knockoff purse? Does she want the $3,000 Louis Vuitton purse? Yeah, $3,000. Or do you get her the $300 knockoff? I talk about helm paint and decorating a lot. And I think helm paint's the real thing. I think the knockoff, it's not a knockoff because it is paint, but it's unnecessary. Those coating companies, I think they're kind of fake. I think they're kind of ripping you off with what they really are. They just don't tell you. The world's most expensive home painting company. No, I just go to Helm for my paint. Another thing I see, the real and knockoffs, and folks will say it's not a knockoff, it's just man-made. Okay, a real diamond is over 1 billion years old. They're rare. There's a finite supply of them. It's not endless. Man-made or lab-created diamonds are 3 weeks old. 3 weeks, not 1 billion years old. And all they do is go down in value because more and more are coming onto the market. More and more countries are doing it. More and more people. It's not going to slow down. So natural diamonds versus man-made or laboratory diamonds, it might have been 70 cents on the dollar in the beginning. Then it was 50 cents. Then it was 40 cents. Now it's about 25 cents a third. So 2 diamonds that are totally equal. The lab diamond, if it's $1,000, natural diamond's going to be $3-4 grand. That's why you'll see some companies, hey, come get a 5-carat diamond ring for 10 grand, natural or man-made lab created. They're both 10 grand. And you're going to look at them and you're going to want to pick the lab created because it's much nicer looking, because it's a better clarity, but it's also 3 weeks old. The billion-year-old, billion with a B, natural diamond, same clarity, is going to cost 3-4 times more because it's rare, it goes up in value, and it's natural. And it's 1 billion plus years old, 1 billion with a B. And the man-made diamond, the lab diamond's 3 weeks old, and it goes down in value. So I don't know, but you look at them both. I couldn't tell. I'd need the loop, and I'd have to have some expert telling me what to look for. Oh, there's no carbon in this one or nitrogen. I don't know any of that. Louis Vuitton purse, the fake or the real one. How do you tell the difference? 766-9480. What do you buy? Real or knockoffs? 766-9480. Coming right back.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro. For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
You, right? Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday. Every day we broadcast live from the Buddy Diliberto River City's Total Maintenance Studios. Honest air conditioning and heating experts that come immediately. Honest, incapable of ripping you off. Air conditioning and heating experts, they diagnose the problem right, fix it quickly. And speaking of quickly, they come immediately because they know you're inconvenienced. You might be running air conditioning today. In a few days, you might be running heat. System's off for a little while. If it's not working right, making a funny noise, or worse, not working at all, River City's Total Maintenance is there. East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, they got you covered. Honest air conditioning experts that come immediately. Honest air conditioning and heating experts that come immediately. 841-3300. That's how you can reach them, 841-3300, or find them online at nolaac.com. That's nolaac.com. Corey Johnson with you on a really nice Monday afternoon. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate in the program, 766-9480, 504-766-9480. I asked a question, name the four pro hoops teams in New Orleans, the nicknames of the four nicknames, really. There are three teams. And actually, there was a fourth team, and you could say five nicknames. Got that one answered. The Buccaneers of the ABA, the Jazz, the Hornets, then turning into the Pelicans, and the women's pro team, the Pride, the New Orleans Pride. I got another $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate available. Another trivia question. We were speaking about the Causeway a little while ago, the northbound Causeway Bridge this morning. Vehicle crashed, bridge shut down. How much would you pay toll-wise to ride on a new span? On a new span, similar to New Orleans East to Slidell, like the twin span. 766-9480. Speaking of bridges, this is kind of a bridge in the gap question. In the mid to late 50s in New Orleans, four pretty major projects. Two were very major. The other two weren't as big as the other two, but pretty big, still significant. Bridge in the Gap, connecting all of New Orleans. Name three of the four projects that help bridge the gap, connecting all of New Orleans in the mid to late 50s, 70 plus years ago. Major infrastructure projects. Name three of the four that help bridge the gap, as Ronnie Lamarck would say. You got the answer to that? I got 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse for you. Speaking of bridges, who was Lucille Bridges? Who was Lucille Bridges? Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse Day Spa could be yours. 504-766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate in the program. Listening on radio, checking us out on TV. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. 766-9480. 766-9480. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, that northbound Causeway closed this morning. A vehicle crash around mile marker 11. No shoulder, no way to go around. You're just stuck till they clear it, till they move it out of the way. Could be 20 minutes, an hour, 3 hours. Are you happy with the Causeway Bridge? Corey, that happens so infrequently. You just have to deal with it. You don't mind the old Causeway Bridge? Or would you like to see a new span? And if you would, how much of a toll would you be willing to pay to drive across a new Causeway span? The toll's $5 right now, $2.50 each way, about 10 cents a mile. It's got to be the cheapest, most inexpensive toll for length of bridge, significance of bridge in maybe the United States of America. There's nowhere you pay $2.50 each way on a bridge that's significant anywhere in America that has a toll. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. A dopey criminal stealing a car with a baby inside. Lakeview, Fleur-de-Lis, 20th Street, realizes the baby's in the car, pulls over, abandons the car, and runs off. Baby's fine. Criminal's an idiot. No way to fix him. No way to fix him. LSU now back in the top 25. Tulane moving a couple of spots. They're 7-1. Roll wave. Pels lose a tight one in overtime, but at least Zion and Ingram are okay. Yeah, they could have been hurt seriously. Bret Martel will join us to talk about that and the Saints in the Dome against the Raiders on Sunday. Another Martel Monday. That's coming up in a few minutes. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. Let's go to the phone lines to New Orleans East, home of not one good restaurant. Terry joins us in the East.
Oh, man, that was a good one.
How you doing, Terry?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Court?
Is that incorrect?
I mean, they got a few little mom and pop joints out here, so
that you can get a decent meal at. Yeah, I've been saying that on the show for 15 years, maybe longer. Pre-Katrina, really.
Uh-huh.
All right. Now you go to the Far East, figuratively and literally, where it kind of fades into the Vietnamese community. Dong Phong.
Like Dong Phong.
And that's good. And out by Mishu, what is that? The seafood joint, the Croatian name. What is it? Vasinovic's. How's Vasinovic's?
Oh, yeah. It's on the opposite side of Dong Phong.
Exactly. Across the chef on the other side.
Yeah,
exactly.
across chef. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How's the Vasinovich? What else we got? What's in the now? Is Sassafras still around?
Yeah, but they're not in New Orleans East no more. They're actually like in Gentilly.
Okay.
They're in the strip mall where the Rouse's is located.
Well, no, that's where they were years ago by like Franklin and Leon C. Simon.
Yeah.
They're back in that spot?
That's the last time I remember them being, because
I thought they moved from that spot and went to the east, like in that old Denny's or Sambo or whatever the hell it was over there, like on Reed and I-10 or
that was on Bullard and I-10.
Bullard and I-10.
Yeah, that's what the kettle used to be when they used to have like the old La Quinta Inn and all that other stuff. Right there.
There you go.
But that was their first location before Katrina.
Okay.
They was there before Katrina. I think the sign was still up too. Like you were passing, people would see the Sassafras sign, when you're passing on I-10. But
what can I get? What can I get? These is Deannie's any good? Deannie's on Haines.
Yeah, Deannie's on Haines. Yeah, and Castnet is pretty good.
Castnet's pretty good. No, I see that on Haines.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. Nothing like Lake Forest Crowd or Lake Forest Reed out there. No good food out there, huh? Just at like buffet or New Orleans hamburger, seafood, IHOP, crap like that, right?
Yeah. I mean, they got a new spot that's opened up. It's like it's called D's Exquisite. They're pretty good too. They specialize in chowgirl crabs.
Wow,
they're pretty good.
And you can, also, I guess, you can go down to the parish and hit some stuff in Chalmette.
Right. And also on Chef 2, there's a restaurant called Two Sisters. I don't know if you're familiar with them before Katrina, too, where they used to be like downtown.
Yeah.
I want to say, they're out here in the East now. Two Sisters in the East. They're right there off the Chef.
Nice. There you go.
Chef Reed.
I'll have to check it out. What's on your mind this afternoon, Terry, outside of fine dining in New Orleans East?
No, man, I was calling about the about the bridge question, man, that you posed. The bridge trivia question that you posed.
Which one? The mid-50s or who was Lucille Bridges?
Oh no, I don't know who Lucille Bridges. I don't know who that was. But about the mid-50s, about the three bridges.
Basically 2 major projects and 2 that were still significant, just not quite as big as the major ones. I use that Ronnie Lamarck, bridging the gap.
Yeah, bridging the gap.
Yep. Just some major infrastructure projects. Can you name 3 of the 4 that help bridge the gap, that help bring New Orleans all together?
Okay, let's go with one. Let's go with the GNO, Crescent City Connection.
Check.
Eastbound.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do the Pontchartrain Expressway.
Well, that's kind of part of the Crescent City Connection. But you're right. I mean, that kind of counts. But anyway, Yep, keep going.
And let's start with that one. Maybe like the Claiborne Bridge.
Kind of getting away. That's a 50s era project. That erector set Claiborne overpass that needs to be torn down so we could actually access the Claiborne side of the Superdome. That's sort of been sitting the same since 1975, since we were kids, huh, Terry? The Claiborne side of the dome is no different.
I'm not that old, so I mean.
How old are you, Terry?
I'm 37.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're not that old. All right, well, it's been there your whole life, my whole life. No different, that Claiborne side. But yeah, that's that. I think I can't deny what you're saying. That Claiborne overpass was significant. That was in the 50s, the Pontchartrain Expressway. Not what I'm looking for, but I can't deny what you're saying. So I'm going to tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate, Terry.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Yep.
All right, man. So what were the ones you were thinking of? Well, the ones that came to your mind initially.
All right, well, I might as well throw them out there. I mean, the Causeway we've been talking about. That's the big one. The Crescent City Connection's the other big one. And then they're not bridges, but they're tunnels, the Bell Chase Tunnel and the Harvey Tunnel. All 4 of those projects were done in the 50s. The Crescent City Connection, the Causeway, tens of millions of dollars back then. And the Bell Chase and Harvey Tunnel were millions of dollars each. And those were all in the 50s. I mean, think about that. You're connecting the West Bank and Harvey. You're connecting the West Bank and Bell Chase. You're connecting the East Bank and West Bank with the Crescent City Connection. And you're connecting the South Shore and the North Shore with the Causeway. That was the Civic Center, City Hall, all that stuff. A lot of boom in New Orleans in the 50s, man. Jeez.
Okay. And I assume that you're, I mean, I don't want to take your words out of context. So are you advocating for a new Causeway Bridge?
Yeah, I'd love a new Causeway Bridge, a new span, of course. Yeah. Ain't going to happen,
and
Terry.
Right, and you were asking people how much would they pay? So that would be per trip, or just how much would they contribute on a one-time?
Oh, no, the toll. Yeah, not how much.
Oh, okay.
Just the toll. Okay. Right now, it's a $5 toll. I'd pay $12 to drive across something that's like New Orleans east to Slidell quality.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I don't drive the Causeway much. Rarely.
Well, I'm not a North Shore guy either, but that's the great thing about I don't mind a gas tax because I'm on the road. So if the gas tax goes to the road I'm using, I'm fine with that. Causeway, it's you're on the Causeway, so only when I use it do I pay the toll.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and you're paying for convenience. You're right. Yeah,
exactly. I could go around and do it for free and pay for more gas.
Right. Yeah, go I-12 and come around the east or somewhere.
Yep, I-55. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That do make sense. I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Let me just, right. One thing too, Terry. I mean, we accept stuff so much around here. The first Causeway Bridge was built in 56, the second one in 69. I mean, Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, even without growth, they would have built a third or fourth bridge by now, and the first bridge would probably just be demolished, not even there. The second bridge we're using today would be like a fishing pier, or something. And then you'd have a New Orleans east to Slidell Causeway type bridge. Big, tall, wide, high up in the air, wide open, safe. and no ka-clunk, 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 ka-clunk.
Right, and it's amazing that you can travel all around the South and you can see so much growth or so much new development, but here is it's like we're stuck in a rut. Like I don't get it.
Terry,
I don't get it.
You're right. You drive around the rest of the South, you see new construction. I mean, Nashville right now is about 6 cranes in the air. 6 major high-rise buildings going up in Nashville, Tennessee. Austin, Texas, same thing. Just booming growth, moving forward, at an aggressive pace, like how we like LSU and the Saints to be and the Pelicans, moving forward, winning. And as a city, as a state, we don't care about that. We're 3-13 every year, and we don't care. Mike Ditka's the coach. We don't care. Curly Hallman's the coach. We don't care.
Yeah, those late 90s Saints. Because I talk with people that's older than me, and they're talking about like 40, 50 years ago how New Orleans was this thriving place. But now I don't understand why a city like Nashville, Austin, Atlanta then came and just passed us by.
Oh, big time!
I don't understand how something like that can happen.
Terry, you're right. It's mind-boggling. Just that's where it's not you. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with my generation and then older people than me. That for 30, 40, 50 years, it's all about Republican, Democrat, black, white, clinging to these things instead of who's the best man, woman, gay person, straight person that can get the job done. We don't have a lot of winners that run for, political office in Louisiana and New Orleans. The message is set up your friends and family, like John Alario. That clown on the West Bank, he's sort of the poster boy for running. Hey, you get to set up your kids. You get to set up yourself. You get donations for, people that give contributions. You can spend it on Saints tickets and LSU tickets and drive a BMW. And John Alario names a building after his dad. Who's his dad, Terry? Nobody. Yeah. And then they have a hall in the Capitol named after him. Big John, the media, Big John. I'm like, Big John's a criminal, Big John's a scam artist. No, the Edwin Edwards, John Alario, they're the poster boy for what we're all about. And we like embracing these characters instead of the real thing that men and women and human beings do, embrace people with character. So we have some major flaws, and you are so right. How could we let it happen? We don't let LSU or the Saints lose for long. We get mad. They fire the coach, the GM. New Orleans versus Austin, New Orleans versus Nashville, we're getting our ass kicked every day, every week, every month, every year, every decade, and no one cares, Terry. No one gives a crap. No one.
Yeah,
we like losing. You got the char grilled crabs. You got 3-for-1 at the bar. You got your hunting and fishing season, Mardi Gras. Everything else doesn't matter. I don't care if we're educating our kids. I don't care about infrastructure. I don't care about crime. I don't care about no growth. We have some weird standards, Terry. I love New Orleans, but come on.
Me too. I love it too, but we care about Mardi Gras, second lines, different things, but we don't. It's the main things that drive a city we do not care about, and it's mind-boggling to me.
No, it is. I don't want to lose the second line in Mardi Gras.
Me neither.
It's like LSU. We're great at athletics, my school, LSU, but just so mediocre at academics. Why can't we be great at both? I want the second line. We're great.
Me too.
We're great at 5 o'clock Friday to 9 a.m. Monday. We're great at that. How do we be equally as good, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5? How do we, not just the weekend, not just the festival, not just the party, not just Mardi Gras, not just Jazz Fest? How do we get buildings downtown that say Microsoft, Cisco Systems, and have 1,000 employees that work for Microsoft making $150 a year? How do we get that going?
Because we couldn't even get the employees for the DXC technology. We couldn't even fit like that, man. It's just
they're bringing in people from out of town. Yep.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's mind-boggling.
It is, Terry. You're right. You're right on the money. I'm glad you noticed. Seems like a lot of people.
Oh yeah. I know. And like I said, I try to talk to my generation, but a lot of people in my generation, they're leaving.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. They didn't vote in all these clowns decade in, decade out. They're too young. No, your generation, they live in Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Nashville, Austin.
Yes. They're leaving, and they're really leaving. And I have some that ask me, why am I still here?
Totally.
Like it's
no, and none of them have regrets. They're like, Terry,
no.
I come in, I see you, my brother. We go get some gumbo and a po' boy, and it's great. And then after 5 days, I'm ready to go back because I'm reading about your crime and potholes. And, we went to dinner and the window got smashed in the car. You told me about your friend who got carjacked. Now, I'm glad to get the gumbo and the po' boy with you. I love you, Terry, but heading back to Dallas. Take care, man.
Yep.
That's kind of the mentality.
Yeah. As and I can't blame them. It's just, I don't know.
Yep. Hey, Terry, who's going to the Woodhouse? Let's end it on a high note. Who's going to the Woodhouse? The wife, girlfriend?
That would be me.
Oh, wow. Taking care of yourself. Cool.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little self-care. That would be me.
All right, cool. Hang on, Terry. Good talking to you.
All right, nice talking to you too, Corey.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks for calling the program. Terry, hold on. Jason's going to get some info from you. Going to tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. If you're in the East, I don't know, Slidell, I-10 at Gauze might be the spot. Maybe Mid-City, New Orleans for you. Canal Street at Carrollton. Maybe you're out in Metairie with work or something, or out in that direction. Metairie, Transcontinental, West Esplanade, near North Kenner. Plus, they're in Baton Rouge and coming soon, a Mandeville Woodhouse. Good job, Terry. Excellent work. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday. When we come back, Bret Martel will join us. Another Martel Monday on the program. Hey, why aren't you at Katie's right now? Exactly. Boy, that's a good call, Corey. 5:40 on a Monday, the perfect wind down spot. Got the whole work week in front of me. Just knocked out the first day. Katie's to visit with some New Orleans characters. Have a cold one. Enjoy some great New Orleans specialties, old school, big portion, share with friends. Katie's in Mid-City, as New Orleans as it gets.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
When you think of Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, you think about the freshest local seafood anywhere. Shrimp, oysters, speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft shells, crawfish. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
At Home Paint and Decorating, our paints are in it for the long haul. In fact, our top bench more exterior paints come with a lifetime warranty. Not 25 years, not 50 years. We mean forever. You heard right. At Helm Paint, our top exterior paints have a lifetime warranty against chipping, peeling, and flaking. They also are mildew resistant. Imagine painting your home one time and being done with it. Visit any one of our locations today and make that once-in-a-lifetime purchase. Paint that has a lifetime warranty. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarms. With high-definition night vision surveillance systems, letting you see what's going on. Home surveillance that's smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
If you love Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City, you're going to love Bienvenue in Harahan. The same folks bringing a little of that New Orleans flavor to Hickory Avenue. If you love Katie's, come to Bienvenue on Hickory Avenue in Harahan.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
Hey, Fury's is open till 9 p.m. in Metairie. Fresh local seafood like speckled trout, flounder, snapper. Are you kidding? Where do you get fresh local seafood? Your little local seafood joint, mom and pop place, locally owned. I bet you everything in there. I'll bet you it's not all local and fresh. I'll bet you something's frozen. I'll bet you something's Chinese or Taiwanese or from out of state, out of the country. I'll bet you. It's hard to find a place now like Fury's. I can't think of another place like Fury's where everything is local and fresh when it comes to the seafood. Everything is local and fresh. And boy, the hand-battered, made-to-order, old-school onion rings, open till 9 p.m. Don't forget to start with gumbo or turtle soup. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie. Did I mention they're open till 9 p.m.? It is a Martel Monday. Bret Martel joins us. 25-plus years with the Associated Press. That's impressive all by itself. Also, I mean, not too many people you can find that have worked for the same company that long in today's world, today's generation. Old school happened all the time. Not so much today. How you doing, Bret?
I'm doing well. Thanks for the introduction.
Did you get some kind of silver anniversary placard or medal from the AP?
I got a framed.
25 years of service.
Yeah. I don't know. Things have changed, Corey. When I got gifts for 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years. And then for 20 years and 25 years, I guess I got an extra week of paid vacation, which I'll take over the gift, honestly.
And the wife forgot your birthday. Oh, boy, Bret.
So, yep.
Listen to Bret just moving on from that. The wife obviously forgot Bret's birthday and just doesn't want to talk about that one. Sorry about that, Bret. Didn't mean to get personal.
Last one was my 50th. She didn't forget about it.
All right, I'm going to be your wife for a second. Stay off the motorcycle, honey.
I was charging the battery up today. The weather's getting just right.
Yep. Our mutual friend Kevin, he has a BMW motorcycle. He's been tooling it around as well. Bret, an old school bike. All right, enough of that talk because no one really cares. Hey, LSU back in the top 25. Boy, getting outscored 17-3, and then beyond flipping the script, outscoring Ole Miss 42-3 the rest of the way. 45-20. Second straight week. This team's put up 90 points in 2 games. Second straight week of 45 points. Jane Daniels has 11 touchdowns, Brett, in 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah, and I obviously covered that game. I was there, and the lead of my story was that Daniels had essentially bamboozled opposing defenses in 2 games running to the tune of 11 touchdowns running and passing.
It's crazy.
And the defense played a lot better this past Saturday than the previous one at Florida. Obviously I had to make some adjustments. I mean, the first quarter of that game went exactly what you'd expect to see. I mean, Ole Miss went right down the field 3 times.
Yep.
But the third time, they ran a keeper on 3rd and 5, and LSU stuffed it. And they had to kick a field goal to go up 17-3. And after that
was it.
Just completely changed.
Well, the overthrown bomb to a wide open receiver who blew by the safety, that would have made it 24-3. That could have changed something possibly, but even 24-3, you get that onslaught that LSU had coming. I mean, almost everything went right the rest of the way for LSU, and almost everything went wrong the rest of the way for Ole Miss.
Right. Case in point, I mean, Harold Perkins Jr., who's really starting to have an impact, but he had a freshman, a really unfortunate penalty on a 3rd down stop deep in Ole Miss territory when it was still like a relatively close game.
Yep. And you saw him get chewed out by Brian Kelly on the sideline. And then after the game, Kelly's smiling and hugging Perkins, and Perkins is smiling. So,
well, and also Kelly, I mean, it wasn't like, I'm chewing you out, go sit on the bench, you're not playing anymore.
He sent him right back out on the field.
Yeah.
He sent him right back out on the field, Brett. You're so right. Yeah. That's funny. Boy, classic. Harold Perkins, 40, that guy is just, excuse my language, a badass, isn't he? I mean, true freshman. Yeah. I mean, he'd get drafted right now. This kid's going to be phenomenal for the next couple of seasons for LSU.
That shows you how good he is, and B, how smart Kelly is, because I don't think that sends a bad message to the team. I think the message it sends to the team is, if you're as good as Harold Perkins Jr., I'm still going to chew you out when you screw up.
Yep.
But then I'm going to send you back out of the field.
Oh, no, because you're as good as Harold Perkins. Left tackle, right tackle on the O-line, true freshman, a bunch of transfers. The kid from Arkansas from New Orleans with the one-hand interception. Fauché.
Yeah, Joey Fauché.
Fauché, yeah. Just, players that weren't on the team last year, on this team, contributing, playing at a high level, making key plays, contributing to SEC wins, just the discipline, the focus, the team concept. I mean, it is night and day with Kelly from Orgeron. It is night and day. It's just and there's so much promise, Brett. This is a team that, still lacks a lot of talent. I like what Kelly said the other day after the win. He's like, we exerted our will on this team in the second half, and that's what we want to do. That's what we're trying to build here. That's a great mentality. That's what you want. Putting your will, how you want to dominate the O&D line. You want to run it when you want to run it. You want to throw it when you want to throw it. You want to shut down a team with D. You want to play good special teams. I like Brian Kelly's message. Just,
Yeah, and he's also said our best players are playing their best, which basically means they're not overthinking things. They've gotten to a point now of mental comfort where they're just their talent and instinct can kind of take over. They know what to do. They're prepared. So, and they've been prepared 2 weeks running for the most part.
Yeah, they're very well prepared. They make changes quickly. They react on the fly real well.
Yeah.
The team's sort of like Jane Daniels. I mean, Brad, I'll be honest with you. I knew Jane Daniels could run. I knew he was an athlete. But I thought, you get into 3rd and longs. He's not going to be able to throw the sideline out. He's just going to be a serviceable quarterback, like 90% of college quarterbacks. He's coming from Arizona State, blah, 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 blah. This guy is a better runner than I thought, and I thought he was going to be a decent runner. He's a great running quarterback. He's big, he's physical, and he throws it a lot better. He goes through progressions better than I ever thought. I mean, I was just way wrong on Jane Daniels, and that's sort of the LSU team. That everyone's taking it up a level. Like, wow, we're in the SEC. It's LSU. We got to take our game up a level. Brian Kelly's doing a masterful job.
Well, you might not have been wrong about what Jaden Daniels was at Arizona State. You just maybe didn't give him enough credit as to what he could become with different coaches and another year of maturity in a different system. And, he's at a point in his college career where if he doesn't challenge himself to figure out how to play quarterback for real, he's not going to get a sniff at the next level.
No, and he's only a junior. He comes back next year. This guy's all SEC right now, Brett, I would say. I mean, maybe first, second team. The guy, he's playing as good as any QB in the country, and he's just a dual threat, too. Legitimate dual threat. My God, 11 touchdowns. Hey, LSU-Alabama, a week from Saturday. It's locked and loaded, Brett. 6 o'clock on ESPN, a night game. I guess CBS gets the first choice. They picked Georgia and Tennessee, I'm guessing. Is that right?
I think they did. And that might be the more competitive game.
Yeah, those are you got two top 10 teams there. Both are undefeated.
Yeah, so, but the hype surrounding the LSU-Alabama game is going to be tremendous, and I guess it should be, even if it's possible that Alabama is still considerably a more complete team and more talented than LSU and probably will be favored by more than a touchdown. The fact of the matter is LSU's at home. They are still in the running to win the SEC West. They're coming off of 2 big wins.
That's interesting. You said more than a touchdown. I have no idea what the spread is.
I don't know either.
I'm going to have Jason look it up right now. Now think about it before you say. You think more than a touchdown?
Yeah, is it posted?
No, but I'm going to find out right now. I'm guessing less than a touchdown because I think Alabama has some. Like I think folks think, sure, it's a good Alabama team. They're 7-1. They're top 10, but they may not think they have everything covered. There's some deficiencies with this Alabama team, I think.
Well,
not a lot. Not a lot.
I mean,
but I don't think
the A&M game where they had their backup quarterback. In the Tennessee game on the road, against the hottest team in football, they probably still should have won that, right? I mean, they had the winning field goal set up, and they missed it. But they were on the road against the hottest team in football and probably should have won that. And if that field goal is good and Tennessee doesn't come back, then they're undefeated still.
I'm going to go under that 7, Brett. I'm going to say Alabama. I'm going to say by about 5.5. That's what I'm going to say. What do you think? Alabama by 8?
I would say between 7.5 and 10. Yeah, I just don't know. I'm not an expert at betting, but
no, I'm not either. I don't bet, but I'm pretty good at picking spreads just by the vibe. All right, you think between 7.5 and 10? I'm saying 5.5 to 6. Let's see. Jason, we got a spread on Alabama and LSU yet? No spread?
Well, they're not playing this week, so I don't know when it comes out. It might not come out till Wednesday.
Well, there should be an early spread somewhere.
I guess so, but I mean, I think the real serious betting houses might not post it for another couple of days. I'm just not sure.
Let's see. Anyway, that game's going to be a good one. But what about Tulane? They move up 2 spots. The Waves 7-1. They were up 28-0, and it was a beautiful 35. Day at Yeoman.
Yeah, 35-0.
Oh wow, 35-0. Okay, and they're now 23rd ranked. Yeah, they let Memphis, I guess, sort of make it respectable.
Well, I'm sure that people who have been watching Tulane for a long, long time and were conditioned to see doom around every corner probably got a little anxious when Memphis scored 3 touchdowns in 16 minutes to start the second half, and now you have a 2-touchdown game with 14 minutes to go. And in college football, a 2-touchdown game with 14 minutes left is still anybody's game.
Yep.
So, but then Tulane had a fairly lengthy drive, and they kicked the field goal, made it a 3-score game. Then Memphis went right down the field and scored again. So now you're looking at 38-28. Tulane couldn't score anymore, but they got an interception at the end and put it away. So in the end, though, they won. It was their first ranked game in 24 years, as playing for the first time as a ranked team in that long. First time at Yeoman Stadium doing that. The aerial photos that Tulane had taken with the drone of the full Yeoman Stadium for that big game on homecoming they looked fantastic. It looked like a perfect day, the best day ever in that stadium that was built 8 years ago. And it was good that they got to that point where they could collapse and embarrassed themselves that they didn't do it. And now they're up to 23. Of course, they got leapfrogged by LSU, but yeah, I mean, if you look at LSU's wins in the SEC, 4 wins in the SEC, I mean, I think they deserve to be ranked higher.
By the way, I don't mean to shift you Green Wave fans back to LSU. I'm pretty good at picking lines. I'm telling you, you could pull up 10 lines right now. I'm going to get within a point or two. 14.5 Alabama over LSU. 14.5 right now, Brett.
So I was closer than you, and I didn't go over. So
no, you didn't. You won the Price is Right showdown. You get both showcases. Brett, always a pleasure. We'll be checking out your stuff via the AP.
You got it.
That's Bret Martel, Corey Johnson with you, 93.9 FM, New Orleans. Wow, LSU, 14.5 point underdog.